Hello everyone, good morning, namaskar. So today you all might be wondering that who am I on Maths My Life channel. So let me introduce myself. I am Radhika Kulkarni and today my mom is not keeping well. So I am taking this lecture on behalf of her. Actually, so let's start with the today's lecture. So please bear with me. Hope you all will understand the problem. Let's start. So I'll read out the problem first for you all, and we are starting with the problems at 12.2. So standard 8 12.2. So let's start with the first problem. Mother is 25 years older than her son. Find son's age if after 8 years ratio of son's age to mother's age will be 4/9. So let's again read this first statement to start with the solution. So mother is 25 years older than her son. So let son's age be X years. Okay, so son's age will be X years. Now mother's age. What will be mother's age? Mother's age will be 25 years older. So 25 years older means X plus 25 years. Don't forget to write this years. Okay. So now this is the primary step. We have to find out both age, sons and mother. So the next statement, again I will read out. If after 8 years, ratio of sons to mother's age will be 4/9. Okay. So after 8 years, the condition is after 8 years. So after 8 years, son's age would be, first it was X years. After, so this is the present age. So after 8 years, it would be X plus 8, right, years. And mother's age would be, present is X plus 25. So we will add X plus 25 plus 8 years. So let's solve this. So we can add this constant terms. So it will be X plus 33 years. So we got this and this. This is son's age and this is mother's age after 8 years. So what we need to find out, both age. So the ratio is given 4/9. So the ratio, as per ratio given is 4/9. That is son's age to mother's age. So son's age after 8 years is X plus 8 divided by X plus 33 is equal to 4/9. Is equal to 4/9. So let's solve this problem. In this case, what we need to do? We need to do the cross multiply. As there is equal to, so we will do only cross multiply, not this way. So 9 into X plus 8 is equal to 4 into X plus 33. So let's solve this. Brackets first. So it is 9x plus 72 is equal to 4x plus it is 132. Okay. So these are like terms. So we need to bring these like terms on the one side. So let's bring 4x to left hand side. 9x minus 4x is equal to, and bring this constant to the right hand side. So let's move this constant. So sign will be changed from plus, it will be minus. So it is 5x is equal to, this would be 60. Okay. So x value would be 60 divided by 5. So x is equal to 12 years. So what is x? X is sun's age, that is present age. So here we have got the value of sun's age. Sun's age is 12 years. So let's find out what will be the value of mother's age. So mother's age would be x plus 25. So that is x is 12. 12 plus 25. So what is 12 plus 25? So what is 12 plus 25? It is 37 years. So here we have got the answer of both son's age and mother's age. But what we need to find out? Find the son's age only. So this is the value for son's age. That's it. It is not required. Okay, let's start with the second problem. I'll read out the problem for you. The denominator of a fraction is greater than its numerator by 12. If the numerator is decreased by 2 and the denominator is increased by 7, the new fraction is equal to 1 by 2. So find the fraction. Okay, so let's read the first statement again. The denominator of a fraction is greater than its numerator by 12. So let the numerator of a fraction be x. So this is a fraction, so there is no unit for it. The numerator will be x. So what will be the denominator? Denominator of a fraction is greater than its numerator by 12. So denominator will be denominator is equal to, it is greater than 12. So it is x plus 12. Okay. So let's read out with the second problem, second statement. If the numerator is decreased by 2 and the denominator is increased by 7, then the new fraction is 1 by 2. So the numerator is decreased by 2. So second condition is numerator decreased by 2. So what will be the new numerator then? X minus 2. And then the denominator is increased by 7. So the denominator is increased by 7. So what will be the new denominator? It will be x plus 12 plus 7. So we'll solve this. X plus, it is 19. Okay, so we got the numerator and the denominator. So after decreasing numerator by 2 and denominator by 7, we got the new fraction. So what will be the fraction? X minus 2 is numerator divided by x plus 19 is equal to 1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2. So let's solve this problem again. This equation. Again we need to do the cross multiplication. So 2 into x minus 2 is equal to 1 into x plus 19. So solve the brackets again. It will be 2x minus 4 is equal to x plus 19. So these are the like terms, 2x and x, and these are constants. So let's bring the like terms on the one side. So let's bring x to left hand side. So the sign will be changed. 2x minus x is equal to 19 plus 4, sign is changed. So it is 2x. Okay, so it is not 2x actually. So 2x minus x is x is equal to 19 plus 4 is 23. Okay, so this we got the value of x. So x is nothing but x is numerator. So x is equal to 23. So let's find the denominator. So denominator will be, denominator was x plus 12. So will be x plus 12. So x plus 12 is 23 plus 12. Okay. So this is, so the fraction is, what is fraction? Numerator divided by denominator. What is numerator? It is 23 divided by 45, which is denominator. So here we got the fraction and it was expected. I hope you understand this problem. So let's start with the next problem. Okay, so let's start with the third problem. I'll read out the problem. The ratio of weights of copper and zinc in brass is 13:7. Find the weight of zinc in a brass utensil which is weighing 700 gram. Okay, so the ratio is given of copper and zinc in a brass utensil. So first, let the weight of copper be 13x. Okay, so 13x, and the unit here will be gram. You can see the utensil weight is given gram. So 13x. Here we can write gram as well. So next, the weight of, which is next element is zinc. So zinc be 7x. Okay, so the next statement is the weight of a zinc in a brass utensil which is weighing 700 gram. So brass is an alloy which is combination of copper and zinc. So its weight is 700 grams. So second condition will be, so adding both the variables, this is copper and this is zinc. So this copper plus zinc is equal to brass. So 13x plus 7x is equal to brass utensil weighing 700 gram. So brass is a combination of copper and zinc. It is equal to 700 grams. So we'll solve this. It will be 20x is equal to 700. So x value will be 700 divided by 20. So x would be, here to be 35. Correct? So it would be 35. So x is nothing but x. So x is the constant actually. So x we got. Now we will find out what is copper weight. So copper weighs 13x, means it would be 13 into 35. So what is value of 13 into 35? It is 455 gram. So it is 455 gram. So gram is the unit here. So now let's find out what is zinc weight. So zinc is equal to 7x. So 7x, that is 7 into x is what? 35. So 7 into 35 is 245 gram. So here we have find out what is the weight of copper and what is the weight of zinc. So the ratio of, find the weight of zinc in a brass utensil which is weighing 700 grams. So what is the weight of zinc? So zinc is here 7x. So the zinc weight is 245 gram. So here we got the value of zinc weight, that is 245 gram. Don't miss out to write gram. It's just unit. Okay. Okay, so let's begin with the next problem, fourth problem. So I'll read out the problem. Find three consecutive whole numbers whose sum is more than 45 but less than 54. So first we need to get three consecutive whole numbers. So three consecutive whole numbers would be three consecutive whole numbers are x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. So these are three consecutive whole numbers. So now the next statement is three consecutive whole numbers whose sum is. Sum is. So sum is addition. Nothing but sum is addition. So whose sum is. So sum is sum of whole three consecutive numbers. So these are the three consecutive numbers. So adding these three consecutive numbers, it would be x plus 1 plus x plus 2. So let's add this. It would be 2, 1, 1 and 1. So x. So it would be 3x plus 3. So sum is 3x plus 3. Now next, sum is more than, there are two cases given. Sum is more than 45 but less than 54. So let's start with the first case. The sum is more than 45. So sum is what? 3x plus 3. When sum is more than 45. So what will be the equation? It would be 3x plus 3 because this is the sum. So 3x plus 3 is equal to 45. So let's solve this. So 3x, these are constants. So let's shift this 3 to this side. So 45 minus 3 is 42. So we'll got the value of x, that is 14. Okay. So if x is 14 now the next case is, sum is less than 54. First case was sum is more than 45. Second case is less than 54. So the second case, when sum is 54. So what will be the equation? Sum is 3x plus 3 is equal to 54. In this case, let's find out what is the value of x. So 3x is equal to 51 and x is equal to 17. So from two cases, we got the value of x is equal to 14 and x is equal to 17. So what is given? The sum is more than 45 but less than 54. From this statement, what we can say that x is more than 14 but less than 17. So from this, taking this statement as a reference, so we can state x is greater than 14 and less than 17. This statement is very important. It came from this statement. Sum is more than 45 but less than 54. Okay. So considering the first case is when sum is 45, we got the value of x is equal to 14. So when x is equal to 14, what will be the consecutive numbers? Okay, so here if you will observe that I missed out one thing. The statement says x is greater than 14 and less than 17. So what will be the value of x then? So x would be between this range, that is 14 and 17. So x would be 15 and x would be 16. If you will see, 15 and 16 lies between this range 14 and 17. So considering the first case, that is x is equal to 15, not 14. So if x is equal to 15, what will be the three consecutive numbers? So x plus 1 would be 15 plus 1 is 16, and x plus 2 would be 15 plus 2 is 17. And when x is equal to 16, so the consecutive would be x plus 1 is 17 and x plus 2 is 18. Okay, so what was the find the three consecutive whole numbers? So there are two possibilities. So therefore the three consecutive numbers are, first is when it is 15. So 15, x plus 1, x plus 2. So x is 15, then 16, and then 17. X plus 1, x plus 2. 15, 16, 17. And next pair will be when x is 16. So x is 16. That is 16. X plus 1 is 17. And x plus 2 is 18. So these are the two pairs of three consecutive whole numbers. I hope you all understand all the 4 problems that I have taken today. So those who are new to this channel, please do subscribe, like and comments, and let me know how was the today's session. And my mom will soon recover and she will join on the YouTube. So till then, be happy and please do practice. Thank you.